So, welcome to another episode of Hour of Power and Praise with D.E. Wilder. I am D.E. Wilder, and we are living life with power, passion, purpose, and personal growth. Let us give thanks to all things, but especially the small things. Let's celebrate every day's blessing and the beauty that surrounds us. Today, as I mentioned, is going to be power packed, so you got to stay with me with this. Today, we are diving into something deep and something personal. So it is so universal and it's so necessary. This conversation is about being a soul survivor, what it really means to endure, to carry strength through every stage of life, and to develop the fortitude that keeps us walking forward no matter what life throws at us. So let's be real for a moment. Life is not easy. It was never designed to be. Life is a series of hills and valleys, mountaintop highs experiences, and deep, shadowy, valley low experiences. There are seasons where everything feels aligned and in flow, and then there are seasons where nothing seems to work, and you feel like you are holding on by a thread. We've all been there before. But and yet, despite that, you are here, listening, breathing, standing, surviving. That alone tells me something about you. It tells me you are a soul survivor. Not just someone who makes it through the storm, but someone who carries their spirit, their heart, their humanity intact, even when the wind blows its hard. We'll talk about the stages of life's journey. We'll talk about the power of fortitude. We'll talk about that deep inner courage that doesn't quit. We'll talk about the valleys, the storms, and how to rise from them with wisdom. And by the end, I hope that you'll not only see yourself as a survivor, but you'll see yourself as someone who's been equipped spiritually, emotionally, mentally to live with purpose and to use your purpose to light the way of others. And oftentimes that is what our life journey is about. Our life journey is not just about us, not just about me, not just about you, but about the connection that we have with others and the impact that we have on what so let's start here. What does it mean to be a soul survivor? The word survivor usually it makes us think about someone who has come through danger or tragedy, someone who lives through something that should have destroyed them. And that may be true, but being a soul survivor is a bit deeper. It's deeper. Being a soul survivor means that when your life tries to break you, it didn't succeed. Yes, you may have scars. You may have wounds. You might have memories that still aches. But your soul is still alive, vibrant, resilient. A survivor makes it through. A soul survivor is transformed through the pain and the challenges. Think about it. Whenever you've endured a heartbreak, disappointment, rejection, or failure, you can walk away bitter and cold, or you can walk away wiser, more compassionate, more grounded, and be better for it. That's the difference of just surviving and being a soul survivor. A soul survivor doesn't just limp out of a storm, exhausted, empty. A soul survivor steps out of a storm holding seeds. Seeds of wisdom, seeds of resilience, seeds they can plant in the next season of their life. That's what being a soul survivor is about. So let me tell you a story, because I like to tell stories. Let me tell you a story. I once heard of a woman who lost her home, her job, and her husband all within a single year. She said it was the darkest season of her life. The kind where we've all been there, where just everything seems like it's going wrong. Where you wake up and you don't even know if you're going to make it through the day. But instead of giving up, she leaned into her faith, into her family and friends. She took small daily steps of survival. Years later, she didn't just rebuild her life. She started an organization that helped women who had gone through the same struggle. That's a soul survivor. That's a soul survivor. That's someone who's taken all the things that were meant to break you, and you taking those bricks and those stones and building from it. And here's the thing. You don't even have to go through something catastrophic to qualify as a soul survivor. Of course not. Everyday battles count. Maybe you had to hold your family together when everything felt like it was falling apart. Maybe you had to get up and go to work every day when depression was whispering to you, stay in bed. Maybe you had to keep showing love when you didn't even feel like loving yourself, or you felt empty. That too is a soul survivor. So today I want you to wear that truth like a badge of honor. And know and say to yourself, I am, you are, we are soul survivors. As I mentioned, there's stages to this and there's levels to this. And as you grow and as you build your life and your life becomes in alignment, there's more work you're going to have to do and you're going to have to put in. And in life, there are stages in life, stages of life's journey. So let's zoom out for a moment and look at the journey of life unto itself. Because one of the ways that we build fortitude is by understanding that life unfolds in stages. Each stage comes with its own lesson, its own storm, its own opportunity for being a soul survivor. Be prepared, because we're going to walk through these stages. And this is part of the work that you can't skip over. This is part of the work that we can't ignore. So let's go through those stages, because I know that these stages, as I go through them, is going to resonate with someone. You're going to say, wow, I experienced that. That was me. I was there. I am there. That's just part of life. Stage 1, the innocent stage. This is childhood, when life is full of wonders, curiosity, imagination. In this stage, survival looks like holding on to wonder, even when the world begins to reveal its harshness. Children who faces challenges early, such as poverty, broken family, illness, they learn soul survival earlier than most, unfortunately. Stage 2. The awakening stage, adolescence and early adulthood, This is where we wrestle with identity, purpose, belonging. This stage can be brutal because rejection, insecurity, and the failures hit harder when you are still learning who you are, yourself. But here is the fortitude lesson. You discover you don't have to be defined by what others think. Soul survival here is about holding on to your inner truth when the world is pressuring you to conform. Stage 3, the building stage, adulthood, where we are chasing our careers, relationships, dreams. Survival here looks like balance, not losing your soul while trying to gain the world. Many people hit walls here, and those walls look like burnout, financial struggle, relationship breakdowns. The fortitude needed in this situation is perseverance, the ability to keep building even when things don't go as planned. Stage 4. Stay with me, people. The testing stage. This is where life throws curveballs such as sickness, loss, betrayal, failure, grief. Every one of us goes through this stage multiple times in our lifetime. This is where soul survival really shows up. Do we let the valley destroy us, or do we allow it to deepen us as we dig down deep into our soul? This is our life. This is our challenge. Stage 5, the renewal stage. After the storm, there's always a sunrise. Renewal is the season of rediscovery, where you pick up the lessons from the valley and begin again with fresh wisdom. This is where survival and surviving transform into thriving. We're coming out of it, people. We're coming out of it. Stage 6, the legacy stage. Later in life, when we look back at our journey, the question becomes, what did I leave behind? What wisdom, what impact, what light did I offer the world? Soul survivors at this stage aren't just proud of what they have endured. They are grateful for how their endurance and their path has helped others. Those were some stages. Those were the stages. I took you through the stages of life. And every stage has its storm. But every storm carries seeds of fortitude. And if we are willing to carry, to collect, and to gather those seeds, we are planting them for future blossoms. For us to do that, we're going to have, as I mentioned multiple times, fortitude. The power of fortitude is what we're going to have with us each and every day and at every stage. Fortitude isn't just toughness. Toughness can be rigid, unbending, brittle. Fortitude is deeper. Fortitude is spiritual. It's spiritual stamina. It's the kind of courage that doesn't always roar, but it sometimes just whispers. It whispers sometimes, although I was knocked down, I'm going to get up and try again tomorrow. Fortitude is built in the daily grind, in the quiet decisions nobody sees. It's built when you choose to get back up after you fell down multiple times. It's built when you keep faith alive in seasons of doubt. That's the heart of fortitude. So let me share some tools for fortitude. As I just mentioned, faith. Believing in something greater than your current circumstances. Perspective. Stepping back to see the bigger picture. And just as a sidebar, that's very important right there. Perspective. Stepping back to see things, see the bigger picture. Because we often live in the moment when we are thinking and believing that the moment and what's happening here is the biggest thing. Or if you're going through something, it's the worst thing. Trust me, people, it's not the worst thing. If you live long enough, something else may come along that's worse. But at the same time, life gets better. You get better. Things change. You grow. You get wiser. So let's not focus always on this minute and the circumstances and the moment, because life is broader than that. So perspective, this is a good one. Stepping back to see the bigger picture in the moment. Endurance, refusing to quit when things feel heavy. Refusing to quit when you are faced with challenges. Adaptability, being willing to change when change is necessary. That's a very important one as well. Adapt, adjusting. We are now living in changing time. We are living and breathing the very moment of evolution and changing times. And if you don't flow with that, if you don't shape with that, if you don't change with that, you'll be left behind. So think about a few things that I'm saying. Think about your own life for a moment. Can you remember the hardest season you have ever gone through? Maybe you didn't think that you would even make it through, but you did. That's fortitude. That's survival at a soul level. Sometimes we underestimate ourselves. Matter of fact, not sometimes, oftentimes, we underestimate ourselves and we don't give ourselves enough credit. We say to ourselves, I'm weak. Maybe verbally you don't say that, but you feel that. I'm barely hanging on. But look at you now. If you are here, if you can hear this message, if you are taking in this message, you are still here. That is strength. Regardless of what you went through. That's fortitude. Navigating the valleys. We all, at some point or another, is going to find ourselves in valley lows. But how do we navigate ourselves through and out of those valley lows? Let's face it, valley lows are unavoidable. They come for everyone. No escaping. No one gets a pass on this. But here's the truth. Valley lows do not last forever. When you are in the valley lows, here's what I want you to remember. Don't resist the process. Growth happens. Grand growth happens in the valley. Lean on your inner strength and on others. You don't have to walk your journey in life alone. You should not. Trust the season. Winter always gives way at some point to spring. Season change. So here's a quick guidance of reflection. If you can, in this moment with me, close your eyes right now. Take a deep breath and think about a valley you were walking through or you are walking through now. This is a moment of reflection. Maybe it's a financial valley. Maybe it's health. Maybe it's emotional. Now whisper to yourself, this valley is a part of my journey. But it is not, I repeat, it is not the end of my story. You see, valleys teach us that it teaches us a valuable lesson that mountaintops cannot. Valleys build compassion. Valleys deepen faith. Valleys strip away the illusions and reveal what truly matters to us. And when you rise out of the valley, you rise with wisdom that nothing else and no other circumstances could have taught you the same way. It's a lesson only a valley, only the valley lows can teach you. And in the moment, we might not be appreciative of it, but at some point, we're going to give thanks to those moments. Rising, coming out of the valley as a soul survivor. So how do you know you are a soul survivor? You've been through storms, but you still love. You've lost things, but you found wisdom. You've been broken, but that brokenness did not shatter you. You're here. A soul survivor just don't walk forward. A soul survivor shines a light for others who are still in the dark, who are still in the valley. Your scars are not shameful. They are proof that you live, that you fought, that you endured. You're a soul survivor. And maybe that is your one calling, one of your many callings, to show others that survival is possible. To stand as living proof that the human spirit is stronger than any storm. Those are the elements of being a soul survivor. And whether you know it or not, we are all soul survivors, because each and every one of us have gone through things that has challenged us, that has stretched us, that have put us in a position where we had to sit back and think, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know how I'm going to make it. I don't know what it even looks like to make it. Yet, we're here. We're here to tell the story. Beloved family and friends, being a soul survivor is not about being perfect. It's about being untouched. It's about never feeling fear, doubt, or pain. It's about showing up anyway, despite of. It's about walking through the fire and discovering that your soul is in fact fireproof. So wherever you are right now in your journey in life, whether you are on the mountain high or in the valley low, at the beginning or near the legacy stage, remember this and keep this in your heart, in your mind, in your consciousness. You are a soul survivor. Your endurance, your courage, your light, they matter. Not just for you, but for the people who are watching you, for the people who are waiting in your shadow, for the people who will say one day, because you prevailed, I know I can prevail too. You are a soul survivor. I felt that message. That message spoke directly to me. Excuse me. I wasn't prepared for that. But that message spoke to me. We have all been through things in life. I've been through my share of challenges. But I'm still here to tell a story. I hope this message resonates with someone. And know that regardless of what you're going through, whatever it may be, you can make it through. You can make it through. You just exercise your faith and believe. You can make it through. Excuse me. Until next time, walk with fortitude. Live with courage. And never forget, your soul was built to survive, to thrive, and to shine. My sincere intention is that the positive energy and unwavering dedication I aim to project through both my actions and my contributions resonate deeply with each and every one of you. My hope is for this shared spirit to serve as an uplifting catalyst for individual growth, to inspire collaborative breakthroughs, and ultimately to foster the collective success and positive impact we are all working towards. Therefore, stay rooted, stay blessed, and stay living life with purpose. I am D. Wilder, and this is the Hour of Power and Praise. Peace and blessings.